Mbeumo in amongst all that, James. Do we expect Manchester United to go in again for him?
I think you'd expect so. Talks are ongoing between the clubs. Manchester United having 2 bids rejected now, but they are getting much closer to what Brentford are looking for. The last bid, 62.5 million, that was rejected by Brentford. Brentford want around 62.5 million, but the reason I'll explain why they don't like this initial deal is because they're not guaranteed 62.5 million. The offer that United put in would have guaranteed that if all the add-ons were met. What Brentford want is what Manchester United are paying for Matheus Cunha, 62.5 million guaranteed. That was his release clause. So I don't think we're far away now. Brentford want in excess of £60 million. They feel like he does deserve an opportunity to play for a big, big club, especially after what he did last season. 20 Premier League goals in a Brentford shirt. That's incredible. He's an incredible player. I think we are getting very, very close now. And actually, it was really interesting. We heard from Phil Giles earlier on today, the director of football at Brentford, and he gave his take on the situation. And he made it clear that Bryan Mbeumo does want Manchester United.
Christian Eriksen, pretty sure he's out of Manchester United. Where could he go?
He is 33 years of age, but he still offered so much to Manchester United over the time he had there. I think there'll be plenty of interest in him. Last summer, there was interest from clubs in Turkey. They didn't formalise that interest in the end, so he left Manchester United as a free agent, scoring in his last appearance of the club at Old Trafford against Aston Villa. 33, but there's still plenty left in the tank, I think.
Yeah, some interesting comments there from Giles. Then James Savundra joins me on set now. Look, he hinted that Mbeumo only wants United, but is happy to stay at Brentford if the deal can't be agreed. So where are we with the deal then?
That was really interesting, saying that he'll be happy to stay. I think it seems unlikely that Bryan Mbeumo will be a Brentford player, even by the time the players return for pre-season, just simply because of how close Brentford and Manchester United are right now. There was a bid that went in on Friday, which was rejected by Brentford. That was worth up to £62.5 million. The previous bid was £55 million with £45 million up front, £10 million in add-ons. We understand Brentford want in excess of £60 million, and they want as much of that money guaranteed as possible. I think ideally they want to see a similar fee to what Manchester United paid for Matheus Cunha, which was £62.5 million. That was the release clause that Manchester United triggered. So we're getting very close right now. I think Brentford just want more money guaranteed up front, and as Phil Giles was saying there, it's something we've been reporting over the course of the last few days. There has been plenty of interest in Bryan Mbeumo, but he wants to join Manchester United. And I do think, with the clubs remaining in talks, that we are getting very, very close to them having an agreement.
But we are going to start with a brand new interview with Brentford Sporting Director Phil Giles, who's given an update on the future of Manchester United target Bryan Mbeumo and the captain Christian Norgard, who's closing in on that move to Arsenal. This just into us.
How closer are we to knowing the future of Bryan Mbeumo? He's been an incredible player for the club, but can you give us any updates on him?
There's significant interest in Bryan. I think it's been documented and publicised about his current preference. I think, from what I understand, he's also, if needs be, happy to stay at Brentford next year as well. So listen, let's see on that. I think our position is, he had an unbelievable season last year. We expected interest in him. If that deal's right, there's a deal to do. And if it's not, then he'll stay. You mentioned there that they're interested in Bryan leaving, but also there's been conversations that he could stay as well. Yeah, I mean, we've spoken to Bryan, his representatives. It's not a given that he's going to depart this summer. There is interest. He had a great season last season, so it's inevitable there'll be interest in him. If we get the right offer, then there's potentially a deal to be done, but there's only so much we can say right now on that. Significantly as well, Christian Norgard could be joining Arsenal. We know that is a deal in the pipeline. Where are we with that move? Arsenal approached us in the last 2 weeks about Christian. I've been seeing regularly there, spoken to Andrea Berta. As it stands at the minute, I think it's fair to say it's probably more likely to happen than not. But listen, again, we have to go through the full process, tick all the boxes, and then we'll see at the end of it. In that transfer, though, you'll be losing your captain, someone who's made such a great influence on the club and the team. How significant is it to probably be going into the next season without Christian Norgard? He'll be a fantastic player for us, unbelievable. I'm actually happy for him with the opportunity. He's kind of earned the opportunity to, at this age, age 31, this stage of his career, to go and have an opportunity to go and try and win some trophies. It isn't done yet, obviously, but we're aware that if and when he does depart, we have some a leadership void to fill. Also thinking about Ben Mee, who also left this summer as well. Mark Flecken was an experienced goalkeeper, so we're aware of the squad and the blend of experiences that we have in the squad, and we'll look to cover it.
Well, and the Athletic could be a bit of positive PR at the end of June from the club to say, well, look, we're doing stuff, when actually, when you read the article, there's not really a lot of detail in there. It talks about intermediaries. It talks about it not actually being concrete. So realistically, it's a big drop about a striker that we're not even in talks with. Is that convenient at the end of a crap June in the transfer window for Man United? Because yet again, we've done nothing in June. I know Cunha was officially announced in June, but we knew that deal was happening in April. We've done no sales and no purchases in June at all. So maybe a drop about Watkins at the end helps the club out a little bit. But the interesting thing that I didn't mention on that video that is in the article as well is regardless of whether we've been in for Watkins or intermediaries or whatever, we haven't actually spoken to Villa. We're not actually negotiating with Watkins. And even if we did start doing that, how long would it take? If we started talking to Watkins tomorrow, how many weeks do you think it would take to sign him? I don't think he'd be in before the middle of August. But the article does say this. Amorim would like a reunion with Gyökeres.
Brentford Director of Football Phil Giles has insisted Brian Mbeumo is happy to stay at the club if a move to Manchester United falls through. Man United are still working on a deal to sign the Cameroon international after seeing 2 bids knocked back by Brentford. Their second offer believed to be worth 62.5 M, with the structure of the payment understood to be one of the main factors behind Brentford's rejection. Man United appear to be confident about their chances of striking an agreement, having provisionally booked a medical for the 25-year-old attacker. Mbeumo has also been linked with a reunion with Thomas Frank at Tottenham Hotspur, but he's believed to favor a move to Old Trafford this summer. Giles has conceded Mbeumo is keen on a transfer to Man United, but he has also cast some doubt over the proposed move. The Brentford Director of Football insists a move is not a foregone conclusion, while stating that the player will be happy to remain at the GTEC Community Stadium if a move fails to materialize. There is significant interest in Brian. His current preference has been well publicized, Giles told Sky Sports News. He had an unbelievable season, and we expected interest in him. From what I understand, he is also, if needs be, happy to stay at Brentford next year as well. We've spoken to Brian and his representatives. It's not a given that he's going to depart this summer. Mbeumo's contract is set to expire at the end of the 2025-26 season, but his deal includes an option for Brentford to extend by a further 12 months. As a result, the Bees are in a relatively strong position when it comes to negotiating a transfer, and they will be keen to maximize the fee due to Mbeumo's importance to the club. The winger has scored 70 goals and provided 51 assists in 242 competitive appearances since he arrived from Troyes in 2019. Mbeumo was in particularly fine form last season, scoring 20 goals and contributing 8 assists in 38 Premier League matches to help the Bees secure a top-half finish. If Mbeumo were to depart, Brentford's recruitment team would have a difficult challenge to find a suitable replacement for Keith Andrews' first season in charge.